Hello. I haven't given anybody any insight or foresight about coming on today, but just thought I would go on live and do some live insight guidance for the week, and also what I feel is coming in connected with the viral situation and how things are going, because we've had some major changes happening. Apologies to those who I didn't go on live last week at all, but I did get caught up particularly with lots of other creative things that were going on, plus a little bit of sunshine, which was great. Hi Val. It's great to see people tuning in. So I'm going to be looking at the sun signs for the week and also in general, and any noises going on in the background are my little kitten who is jumping up and down, and probably the dog and various other animals that want to come in. Now, if at the end of this you would like a private reading with me, then please do go to my website www.saraperrypsychic.co.uk, or you can email me at saraperrypsychic@gmail.com. and if you miss this broadcast or get it halfway through, you can rewatch it later on Facebook or tune into my YouTube channel, which is Sara Perry. Just check on all the links on the website, you can get there somehow. Okay, so what is coming in this week? What have we got to look forward to? Hi Val. Well, and I'm saying look forward to because it's really important right now that we do have a positive mind, and there are lots and lots of changes. Now, I did predict a while back that something was going to happen major on the 2nd of May, and it did here in Spain, as we were finally allowed to go out for a walk. It was just so amazing, and everyone was like so excited. In fact, I expected to walk outside my front door and there'd be millions of people walking up and down going, we're out, you know. It was just like crazy. But the funny thing was, when we were told about this situation, the feelings of almost fear that came up, it's like, oh my god, what do I do with this? Oh my god, my routine, I've created this routine in 7 weeks and now everything's like gone. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm going to do. What if I meet someone? You know, I mean, we have been going to the shops. I mean, personally, I've only been going to local shops, so it has been very restricted in my little area, and when I've been walking the dog, it's literally 50 meters and back again. So it has been, the 2nd was a major change, and there was so much, you know, people sort of like, oh, breathing, and suddenly I can go out on a bike ride, I can do all these things. You know, if you're in England, then England have been able to go out for walks, you know, in general, a lot of places they have, but in Spain, no, you can only go to the shop. So 7 weeks we've been doing this, and I've been literally creating my own little house on my rooftop and painting and just getting into myself and doing a lot of healing. And this is what I would still, excuse me, the noise is the cat. Come up here, come and say hi. Come on. Yeah, it's crazy, huh? There you go, say hello. She was spayed last week as well in the middle of all this. We had to get someone to take her to the vets. And as you can see, is back to normal, like a crazy person or a crazy animal. Probably worse, actually. She was too young, although I think she's about 7 or 8 months. But anyway, going back to this whole lockdown thing and the changes that came, you know, I've seen the energies changing within people. They're almost like coming down, and then suddenly it's like, oh, I can do something different, you know. And one thing I did notice, and I went out for my first walk yesterday, and it was this sense of, and I don't know if anybody else felt this, it was like, I don't want it to go back the way it was. I really want this new energy that I found and this new focus to continue. And I just don't want to go back there, because I felt like I could detach and get to know me again. And this was, I think, just as I got cut off by the cat, I was saying about healing and self-healing. And if you've been working with yourself and, you know, using this time to really get to know who you are and allowing any pain or any stuff to come up and just really understand where your true path is, and you know, you'll probably feel exactly the same. It's like, you know, your life has changed from within, and it's no different, I suppose, if you locked up in prison for I don't know how long. You create this sort of almost safety or thing that you know, and then you come out and you're not quite, you know, you don't, not that if you were in prison that you'd want to obviously stay in that environment particularly, but it's something that you create your own protection and safety for yourself, and then going out into that wide world is like, you know, it's very, very different. Now Winnie is now standing behind this iPad and jumping around, so that's why it's wobbling. Can you get down, darling? That's it. Go and play on your thing. Right, so there's lots of changes happening. I also saw changes around the 14th and 17th. I've been using those dates a lot, and these are milestones or there's times of release that of the lockdown are happening during that time, if all goes well. Now, what I do see, I'm going to put this out there to everyone, it's very much this sense of trepidation, right? Everyone's waiting. Who's the winner? When you go on X Factor or something like that, and you're like waiting, who's the winner? And they open the envelope and they go, and the winner is, and we all wait. And it goes on and on and on. And then suddenly, the answer comes. Now, we either love it because we knew it was going to happen, or we're like, oh my God, I can't believe that. That's a fix, whatever. And this is what I feel like everyone's waiting for. They're waiting for the next envelope to be open, it to become official. But at the same time, we don't know what the winner is. We don't know if we've won the battle, because even though you're let out and you're allowed to do all these things, we can't see it, for all we know, this little virus person who could be a DJ in Ibiza, doing his thing, is sitting there going, I'm just going to wait here, until these people come out because they're all really safe, and then I'm just going to hit them in another way. So there's no way of knowing. So we don't know who the winner is going to be. We don't know what's in that envelope. We don't know. And God, I'm just getting October shouting at me, and I really think there is a second wave coming. Okay, so be really vigilant, guys. Don't get silly. And I know it's annoying being shut in and being told what to do. We're a free country, we should be able to have our own rights, and I'm not allowed to open my business, I can't do this. But the thing is, if you just do it in irresponsible way, then you're going to end up closing down anyway, because what's coming next, I feel, is completely different. I feel this is either a new strain of the virus or it's something else, and it's like this like a boulder rolling towards us, and I do feel this is coming around October time, and I think I'm sort of being told that this is going to flush out the last bit, or what needs to be flushed out. And now, this is how I'm seeing things now. And if I do a reading, I look at the way things stand. Now, if people change and they do things differently, then, maybe it will change. I was laughing with someone yesterday because somebody was saying, why didn't you see the virus coming? Why are you doing, you should be able to see exactly what it is. It's like, well, if I knew it was coming, then yeah, I could have told everyone, but they just think I was a nutter anyway, because I'm just a little psychic sitting in my little, my house and doing my thing, and they just say, oh, that's just a load of baloney. So no one's going to actually pay any attention. So why would I need to know that? Why would anybody need to have that insight? Because it came because people weren't listening. It may not have happened if we'd all been vigilant in the first, or we'd all learned the lesson that the universe is actually wanting us to learn. And that is being resourceful, working as a collective, starting to understand our true selves, starting to focus on fulfillment and happiness, and stop messing about, wasting time that really doesn't need to be wasted. When you see your loved ones, or don't see your loved ones being buried, right? When you get to that point where you're unable to go to the funeral, you can't spend all that time deciding what hymn they wanted or what was best for them, and these arguments that start when people die, and they say, well, I knew what was best for them. They're saying, no, we're going to do it the right way. You haven't even got that opportunity to make that decision right now. When that is taken out of you, that's when things change. That's when we know we don't have control. When you lose those opportunities to be with the people you love the most, to say what you really wanted to say, it's taken out of your hands. It's like these people having babies and they can't, the father isn't able to be there till they're born, or at the very last minute, because you can't be in the same room. All these beautiful, important, quality things that we have been blessed with our whole lives, we've taken for granted, or we've spoiled because we've argued, because our ego has taken over, because we want to be the one in power, we want to be the one in charge, because at the end of the day, I knew what that person wanted. I don't care if you were just the second wife coming along, or the girlfriend, I'm the child. And you think, actually, the whole point is gone. This is what's happened. Everything is being messed up. And that is why the universe has sent this. Now, we've also got the planetary influence here, where we've got Pluto is actually significant of viruses, who's gone retrograde. Then we've got Jupiter, who is expanding, who's showing the virus around, which he does. Now, what is coming now is we've got big retrogrades this month. Okay, we've got Jupiter going retrograde. We've got Saturn going retrograde. We have got Venus going retrograde. And next month we've got Mercury. Woohoo! Let's not worry about that one yet. But a lot is going to change over the coming weeks. So it's like, here we go. We're waiting for the envelope to open. We get what's in the envelope and we go, and everyone's focusing on the envelope. And then just from behind us, something kicks us up the arse just again. This something else is another surprise. Now, I did mention earthquakes, different things starting to happen around the world. I did predict the Italian one. Another one came up and it popped up on my feed and I can't remember where it was. But again, it wasn't made a massive deal of. I don't know if anybody saw it, but it was definitely there. And that's a sign something's coming. There's a big wave coming, guys. This isn't the end. Okay, so just be aware of that. So stay vigilant, stay safe, and keep being resourceful. So don't get out there and go, I can play now and I'm just going to go back to normal, because now everything's all right and I've got control again. All right. I could see it yesterday. You know, I saw people I was passing. I could just see it. I could feel the energy of them. It was almost like, yeah, I can't wait. You know, great. Pubs are going to open. Great. I can go back there, go and have a drink. Oh, I'll just go back to life. All I've been doing is this. No. Okay, that's fine. It's your choice. You can do what you want. But at the same time, it's not going to be the same, guys. It isn't going to be the same. All right. I mean, going out for a meal is going to be like doing open heart surgery, isn't it? With everybody with a mask on. You're like the patient going, yes, please, I'll have curry and chips. Thanks very much. There's always people with masks on going, ugh. You probably won't be able to understand them either. So it's not sort of romantic option, is it? It sort of takes it all, makes it all very, very different. We will cope and we will adjust. But if we want things to really come, you know, to evolve and become much better and to finally take the mask off, guys, which is what is really happening. It's reveal yourself, okay? When we're able to take this mask off and we're able to be sure of ourselves and honest with ourselves, then it will all disappear. All right. Now, I do see something happening, like suddenly it's like, poof, all the numbers go down. Like this, zoop, they'll just literally almost go to zero. And it could be the heat. Very, very hot this weekend, guys. Hence why I'm doing this, because it's just too hot on the roof. I'm not able to swim in the sea yet because they won't let me do that yet. So, you know, I feel like something is going to happen. And I just see this sort of stalemate, you know, and everything going really still. And everyone going, again, it's a bit like that opening the envelope. It's like, what's next? What happened there? Didn't plan that. Okay. It's something like, it's like I can see people standing really still at a station. It's like they can hear a rumbling, you know. It's like you can hear the train coming through the tunnel. Everyone's waiting and they're all looking at their watches going, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It doesn't quite come. You know, you're like, sense of intrepidation. What's coming? Okay, so watch for this. 21st of May, I'm getting something happening as well. So lots of things are like sparking up. It does make me laugh, the UK, because and like, we've peaked now, great, let's get on with it. You know, sometimes I listen to the news and I just laugh because I think, whoa, slow down, guys, you know, let's slow down. Right, positive elements this week for abundance. Woo, new opportunities for money, particularly where partnerships are concerned and couples. Good ideas. Now, be very wary after the 12th because, drum roll, the 12th is, I think it's 12th actually. If I'm wrong, apologies, but it's around the 12th, Venus retrograde, okay? Venus, when Venus goes retrograde, everything changes, okay? We tend to want to maybe change something in ourselves. You know, you might wake up one morning and go, oh, I could do with some plastic surgery. I want to make myself look better, right? Because the love has gone backwards, right? The love, think about Venus is there at you going, I love you, I love you, I love you. And then it goes, I don't want to know. So you go, oh my God, I've got to change myself. I've got to bring it back in, right? So during this time, and it's up until, I think it's for a couple of months, mid-June or something, about 9th of June, something like that. You may do something hasty, make a big change. And then after that go, oh, I didn't really like that. So although we're unable to really go out dating as such, you know, don't jump into dating the moment you're allowed to. If you've met someone online, they may appear to be wonderful because that's what you want to see. All right. Remember, these retrogrades, they sort of bring up this sort of thing of illusion. And then when you go out with them, or you end up getting married or something, and you think, oh God, that was the biggest mistake of my life. All right. So just watch that energy. I will go more into that Venus energy, but it's all going to be creeping in because we go into that pre-shadow phase. So you're going to be feeling that energy right away. So be careful of massive purchases after the 12th. But this week, you know, if there's good ideas to be put out there, there's something to, you know, celebrate. There's something, I feel the realism is still there. It could be a good idea to put, you know, an idea out. Maybe you want some investment, you know, and you want to sort of launch something, do it before the 12th. So I just got to drink my tea. Okay, right. Family connections are going to be big this week on an emotional level. I feel like people are starting to, because maybe it's the lift, you know, it's that sense we can start getting together. We can start, you know, I mean, there was nothing nicer than seeing people I haven't seen for 7 weeks on a walk, because I just saw them, I passed the house and going, oh my God, you know, and it was just really nice to just connect with people and see what they've been doing. Everyone's got a lot longer hair as well. The truth is, like I say, the truth is coming out. Everyone's going grey. So the ones that have been trying to hide it, they ain't going to be able to. Now, so talking about that Venus thing as well. So, you know, you may suddenly think, oh, I just got to go to the beauty salon. I'm going to get myself sorted. But not the best time, okay? So don't, you know, the thing is with Venus as well going retrograde, there's a sense of wanting to buy something to make yourself feel better. You know, so you might make a massive purchase and then later on really regret it because it doesn't suit you after all. You thought it did. Because again, it's like you're seeing things differently. You're trying to make things, you're trying to create the love around you rather than just going inward. And retrograde's about going inside. All right. So Jupiter's going retrograde, which is an expansive planet, but this is about expansion inside, expansion on a spiritual level. Now, this week, we got big full super moon, and it's in Scorpio. Welcome, all you Scorpios. And Scorpios, if anyone is one out there, know that they are the card of death, rebirth, shedding the skin, secrets coming out, mystery, all this dark spiritual stuff, you know. And so this is what this moon, hi Sara, SJ, you know, this is what this moon is all about on the 7th. It's about secrets, getting down deep, dirty, you know, bringing all up to the surface, shedding the skin. But it's also a time to look at endings as a positive thing, okay? When there's an ending, there's a new beginning, right? When there's endings, there may be tears, but we have completion. Once you know someone's out of misery, although it's sad, there is a sense that it's done. Okay, so do your best this week to look at endings or things that are finished as something that is finished. All right, stop dwelling on it. Stop dwelling on past stuff. Stop dwelling on silly little arguments and just move on. Because that tiny minute or moment you are wasting on thinking, you know, oh, that's really upset me, you know. Stop thinking about what they've done to you or how they've made you feel, and look at how what you're creating right at that moment, what you're doing to yourself. Okay, because you're the one that's thinking that. It might have triggered an emotion inside you, but it's not it's not necessarily real, is it? It's just, they've just annoyed you, you know. Maybe they've told you the truth and it's just really annoyed you, and then you just get niggly, because really it is the truth. So there's nothing you can't wig yourself out of that one. So this is a time of letting go. Maybe some secrets will come out. I can see things coming out from people which will bring better worth to a relationship because they're saying how they really feel. You know, I talked about male energy being quite, you know, heavy during this time, and a lot of men sort of finding this quite tough, or people with that strength, you know, almost feeling it depleted. And I do see a lot of anger coming up. And I will say, I always feel these energies quite ahead. So I'm already feeling the full moon. And just like the last couple of days, I felt a bit angry. But I think that's to do with the heat as well. If you're a hot-blooded person, you're going to feel angry more, okay? we're going into our Vedic stuff now, but if you want to really understand yourself more and what you're putting in your body and how you react to food, one of them is, you know, if you're a cold-blooded person, you'll probably be more windy, you know, things like cold food, like cucumbers and things like that, or you're cold, that'll make you more anxious and you know, ready to blow. Whereas like, if you're a hot-blooded person and you love the heat and you love hot food and you love all that, that's the more of that or overdoing that is going to create more imbalance in your body because you're more made up of that. Okay. I don't really want to go into intolerances that much because that wasn't what I was reading for. But, you know, again, this could be, you know, we're talking about endings. So maybe an ending realization and going, oh my God, that's come to, you know, that is like, got to its height, there's this peak, this feeling of heartburn inside me. I need to put an end to it, you know. By the 7th, you'll probably find that things have escalated. If something is already escalating, it's going to get to that point on the 7th. It is going to change, though, into a positive thing because this full moon is a positive, okay? Even though Scorpio is a sign of death, with death, there's freedom. All right, and I'm not asking anybody to go and do anything ridiculous, okay? Just see it as an ending, okay? Okay, so don't take my words literally, guys. I see positivity in people standing strong in their independence. There is a lot of worth to be got, okay? A lot of value to be had this week if you grab hold of it. So I'm seeing it's almost like a value in endings. That's what it's saying. It's like if you have an ending from the past and you just say, right, enough is enough, I'm going to go this alone, it's going to be worth your weight in gold, if that's right for you, okay? Not everyone's going to sort of walk away from their partners. This celebration here, something that you could hear, for some of you, you might overhear something and go, oh my God, that's amazing. You know, that's going to, you know, I'm so glad. You know, it could be that you've heard someone's broken up or karma has been done. That's an ending, isn't it? Brings celebration. You know, the end of the summer, we have autumn. The beautiful gold leaves, that's the end, isn't it? It's the beginning of winter. It's like the end of the summer. Could be a sad time. We've all got to go back to school. It's getting cold. But the beauty in it is those beautiful colours. So see the beauty. See the beauty in the endings. Right there. Gone to sleep. Oh, she's gone to sleep, little girl. Okay. So shifts in relationships, positive shifts. I'm even seeing some people moving house this weekend or next weekend, or, you know, in the throes of moving house, big changes happening there. I can see somebody going up and saying, right, I want to do this now. This is the idea I want to do. We've been thinking about it for ages. Let's move forwards with it. If you don't want to do it, I'm going to do it anyway. All right, this could be decide, oh, you want to buy a house or you want to buy a business or you want to sign something that's been sat on the table for long enough. Let's just get on with it. Let's stop being afraid. Let's move forward. So it could be some massive shifts there. I've got the dragonfly, which I always see as like the doorkeeper of the moon anyway, opening the moon, opening that little way forwards. You know, when the full moon comes up, it's time that all these wonderful, magical things start happening. I love the full moon. And, you know, yes, we can feel a bit crazy, but, you know, we're all, because it's a Scorpio full moon, it's going to be so inspirational. So really take time to meditate. If you've got time to do some therapy or work with a therapist or, you know, work together on some self-healing therapy or whatever, do it this week. I would say Wednesday, Thursday, Friday time, because I feel that's when it's going to be at its highest. And, you know, put an end to something, make a real thing. You know, the moon is about shedding anyway and endings, but this is the last super moon before the eclipse. This is really powerful. So this is showing an ending of something major. All right, so something is shifting big time, okay, and in the world, in everything. I keep getting letter I with something, either a country or a big figurehead, something like that. I don't know what it is, but I feel there's something. Maybe it's Italy. Maybe it's Italy. Something happening there now. We do know how to love. We do know how to feel our hearts. We just have to do it. All right. Simple as that. Just do it. And I think this is the time to really connect and forgive. If you've got a chance to really connect with somebody now after, you know, because you've been let out of lockdown and it's like a gift, share that gift, pay it forwards. Okay. Now let's have a look at the weeklies for the each horoscope quickly. I'm going to look at general and finances and career and love. So Aries, right, in general, we have this sense of wanting to make a commitment. I feel this is a restudy of the contract though, okay? The Hierophant is about, I feel this is about honouring, doing things right. It could be contracts, weddings, that kind of thing. And, doing things for the higher good, that, but I also feel it's about honouring the self, But I feel like this has been a contract and it's something that now has to be relooked at, and somebody's bringing something up. So this week you might find that somebody says, look, I know we made this agreement, but can we just relook at this wording because the terms and conditions look a bit weird. And you may be feeling that yourself, that it's time to now make an adjustment because it's been going on long enough. I feel like 4 to 6 months for some people. And it's like, now let's rework something into the contract. Okay, now this could be to do with work in general. It could be to do with your general life or a house situation or just a partnership. All right, but I feel like something you're wanting to do this for you. You want to make changes. It could be you've got a wedding planned and you think, right, I think it's now time to readjust the arrangements. And I feel if it is a wedding, it's not about expanding it, it's about making it smaller and make it simpler and maybe moving the venue so that if there are any changes in the future, that you don't come unstuck again. All right, so it's like everyone's reworking the plan. I do see groups of people doing that as well with Aries. Now finances, I feel it's all to do with your mindset. You may be thinking, don't let the negatives take over this week. Okay, I feel in career as well, you may be, sorry, I've got a really itchy face and I'm really hot as well. I'm just going to open the window, give me a minute. Oh, it's really warm today. There's no wind, is there, Winnie? No wind at all. What was that? Did someone wake you up? Okay, so we have to look at the, it's like I've got hair on my face. It's driving me mad. Sorry, guys. It's like you could be looking at what you've lost. Now, I know these cards probably look back to front to you, but it is on the negative side. And I feel like if you let the negatives take over, if you let your mindset take over in a negative way, then you will feel more losses. Okay. What I'm saying is your relationship situation is you're changing your mind about something. Now, this could be backing up that whole contract idea. Maybe you're not so sure. Maybe you've been living with a fiance for long enough and now you're thinking, I don't know if I like this anymore. I want to change this. Maybe you want to end it. We've got the ending thing happening this week. But it's definitely you're chopping and changing, but keep your mindset positive because this is going, finances and, it's all abundance. It's all connected to your value and everything in your life. So it's important that you keep positive. So if you are going to have a conversation about, maybe you want to end it with somebody or you want to tell them that you don't like the way things have been happening, do it calmly, do it with love and do it with positivity. Get yourself into a positive space before you actually deal with it, all right? Because I feel like a negative mindset is going to actually backfire on a lot of things. And you can choose the positives, okay? This card was picked up like that, but if you turn it that way, it's like, ooh, scary, really cool, scary. So I feel you could be thinking, I need to make adjustments this week. I need to change the plan and I need to do something about that now. Okay, so let's move on to Taurus. God, I'm actually sweating. I can't believe I'm being taken back to next year now. I'm like, oh my God, I just want to take my clothes off and start again. Taurus, any Tauruses out there? Hi Barbara, hi Mandy, and hi Nikki if you're still there. I did see you, but I didn't say anything. Okay, right. Are you cooking right now or are you in the sun? Because it's very hot. Hi Sam, how are you? Right, Taurus. Let's look at money. Okay, positive. I feel like something's coming to you this week. It's evidence that something is going well, okay? That things are working out the way they should. Now, this is a package, an evidence package, and I actually feel like some of you may actually receive something that you put out there. If you've been doing self-publishing, if you've been promoting yourself, you could end up with the goods and think, oh my God, it's really worked. It could be a contract coming through the post. It's really cool. It could be a bonus or some sort of profit. Hi, Kelly. And, this is evidence that things are going well. So I feel like things are on the up this week where finances and money are concerned. And in general, we've got this card, which is showing luxury, quality, things starting to really start flowing now. You could get some You know, again, some money coming in. Maybe there is a contract that has been signed, okay, or something that was put in writing that was on offer, and it's finally coming through the post, that you're seeing the money in your bank, that suddenly everything you put into, this isn't showing rewards of efforts, this is just showing quality of effort. You know, this is things growing, things flourishing, you feeling at the top of your game, excuse me, the top of your now, on the other side, actually, and this looks really quite a sad card for the heart and relationships, but actually, this is the healing heart. It's showing it's time to heal. It's time that things are going to get better. All right. This is showing that you can take the bandages off now. Right. It's all I feel like things are moving. You know, this is evidence, you know, that things are getting better. And I feel if you're in a really good place and you're in a space of, you know, abundance and feeling great, then you are going to just think, okay, it's time to move on, because I just feel confidence, motivation this week, and just this sense of to be, you know, and it's all going to happen. And I'm just really excited for you Taurians out there. We are still in are we in Aries now? No, we're in Taurus. Sorry, Taurus is after it. Oh my God. Who's after Taurus? Gemini, isn't it? Hi, Polly. Right. So we are finishing Taurus around the 22nd. Okay. If it's anybody's birthday this week, hello, happy birthday. So what a great card to have. You know, this is after the quality. This is you wanting more. You know, this is everything's, you're picking the grapes, man. You know, you haven't just planted. We're harvesting this week. Ha! Okay, so this is showing interest. Stuff coming back. Fantastic. Okay, right, so let's move on to Gemini. Ooh, okay, right, so this could be a bit of a release week for you. We do have the Tower moment. How exciting. But this isn't the after position. These are the after cards. Thank you so much. It's so lovely of you to look at my little brown face. Got a bit of sunburn yesterday, actually, so I'm keeping out the sun. Right, so the Tower is showing the aftermath, right? This is showing that this week, I feel like the fallout has happened. So if something is kicked off, I feel like we're going to come to the end of it. It's going to peak this week, Geminis, all right? So please don't be afraid of this. It feels like the Tower hasn't just exploded, it's actually broken in two now. The damage has been done, all right? The end, you can finally put something to rest. That's what this feels like. And the arguments, you know, it's like, I just feel like the calm after the storm, although that's like, you know, massively freaky, and you would go, oh my God, look, everyone's just laying at the bottom of the tower, they've all hurt themselves. You know, it's not, this is you feeling like, right, it's over. The big one's happened now. You know, we need to move on. And we've got here one way forwards. And now this is your finances, your money, your abundance, Gemini. And this is showing there's only one way ahead, and your choice, only your choice. It's not about anybody else. You'll see it so clearly because that'll be broken. Do you know what I mean? It's like, well, there isn't any other way now, is there? Because everything's fallen. The whole tower's fallen now. You know, we're standing outside. We've had such a big argument. We've smashed the house up. Now what do? We're going to have to find somewhere else to live. Do you know what I mean? So there's progress. And I feel that when we're looking at money and finance, this is about the abundance and fulfillment in yourself. And I feel like something is completed. It's like if you've hit rock bottom, or if you've said what you've got to say, you've said it now. You can't take it back, but it's actually going to help you. So let go of the anger, guys, all right? Now, I talked about this before, about holding resentment or holding on to it and wasting time. This is you locking yourself in, Geminis. So just unlock it. You got the key in your hand, look. All you got to do is unlock that and you'll be free and you can breathe, because this chain is right over your nose like a mask. Okay, because it's pressuring in, it's pushing more and more anger out. So don't be angry that this is broken. Doesn't matter. Because if it's a house or a deal or something, it's just a thing. It's not you, because you can still move forwards, because you still have a choice. And that is the most valuable thing. You have that control. Okay? Is this you, Sara? Are you Gemini? But this is the thing, don't waste time then, don't be angry. That's what I'm saying. You've got the key to making yourself feel better, and that's what those cards are saying, is that you are the one that's in control now. So happy days. If you're on your own, everything's broken, well, great. You only got to think about yourself, haven't you? Fabulous. Okay, Cancer. Anyone a Cancer out there would like to know what's going on this week? Oh, nice, calm, happy times. Okay, I feel like you've gone past the bridge of calmness and gone into, you know, this space of like, you know what, I can just rule the world, man. You know, I'm just in my own island. I'm not even bothered about getting off this island. I'm just getting the sense that you're just in such, oh right, okay, Sarah, well, it's good, this is good. I'll speak to you tomorrow anyway, but it's good what's gone on, all right? So Cancers, there's this sense of, I just feel like you're just enjoying your spoils. Now, this is interesting because this woman has got a fish in her hand, right? So this could be a situation with a Pisces. And if you're watching, you'll know this is probably for you. But it's like, it feels different. That's what I'm seeing on her face. It's like, there's something underneath here, and I'm seeing it. I've got this, I picked it up in my hands, and suddenly it's just a fish. So this may not actually be a Pisces, but it seems to be. It's like you're going to be in a space where you're just in such a good place that you're quite happy to go in and look further. You've got it all in your hands. You've got everything into control. You've got your little throne there. It's only a small space, but that's okay. Everything's cool there, and the sea's quite calm. And if you want, you could just swim back to the cliff, but you've detached. You're in yourself, and I just feel like you're in control of what you do emotionally as well. So this is a really nice place this week. And I've got this silence, which is, you know, to do with abundance and love. It's almost like the silence is stronger, I feel, because it's a communication card. But I feel like if you hear nothing, that's a good thing. And if you say nothing, that's a good thing. Just be in your silence, be in your wonderful, calm space, and just meditate, recollect over things, communicate with yourself, communicate in, is this you, Michaela? Or were you the Gemini? It's like, just be in that perfect space of the self. And I just feel these up here, these little mermaids, they're sort of like protecting you, and they're around you. You know, it's almost like a childlike space. It's like you've gone back to zero, which is lovely. And I think that you'll probably be able to communicate meditationally, you know, on a higher level this week, and you'll get a much better approach. And we've got this for relationships, you know, either somebody you're dealing with who's behaving really immaturely, or this is something new coming in and it feels really young and you've got to train it and there's still time to work. I mean, there's really definitely an issue. It could be an issue around a child that's affecting you. Okay. And in fact, being calm and in your space, you'll be able to deal with it better. You know, it's like if you deal with a child and you just keep shouting at them and screaming because you're getting wound up, because you're feeling it, they're going to behave. They're learning off you. And this is an opportunity for you to retrain this week. Retrain your relationships with yourself, with other people, and do it in peace. Do it find your center, find your peace, do some self-healing, and I just get the sense that there's a greater understanding here, a higher sense of self and connection with spirit, which is really wonderful. And a realization that possibly someone is behaving just like a child. And actually, if you deal with them like a child, you're going to actually have a lot better results, because children learn. They learn by conditioning, by behaviours, you know, by you showing them. Show them the boundaries, create those boundaries, be calm, be silent. There's nothing like being ignored when you're a kid. You know, they go off in a strop and then you go, all right then. And they come back and go, hi, you know, do you want to be my friend? And you're like, no, what, have you got something to say? You know, and they're like, well, you know, I really love you, do you? Okay, you know, so, you know, if you're dealing with a male who's acting like that and it's almost causing you intimidation, you don't know what to do, then just be silent. Because all they've got is like listening to a child cry. They can be going, me, 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 and every time you go and answer, you go and calm them down, they start again. You know, I mean, I'm not saying, you know, this is the way to deal with kids. It's just an example. But it's that thing that if you keep feeding it and feeding it and feeding, even that tiny little morsel, they keep coming back for more because they keep getting attention. So it doesn't matter if it's bad attention, it's attention. So zip it. I feel like communication needs to be gone. You have it in your hands. You have the calmness. You've got your own little kingdom. You're safe where you are. Nothing can harm you. You'll see deeper. You can hold that fish in your hands. You can hold it. You've got the control. She's holding that fish. It's not doing anything. It's breathing still. It's not going anywhere. She's just sitting there going, what should I do about that? I might have a little look a bit further at this. Because she's getting time, okay? It's not going to change. Unless you change. Okay. Okay, so moving on to Leo. Right, this card's a bit back to front. I have re-edited this card because I've done it. But basically it's pointing to someone else. I feel like this is to do with your money and finances this week, Leos, and I feel like you're blaming somebody else. You're not looking to yourself, to what is blocking you, okay? There seems to be something you're juggling or trying to work out. You're looking at the money, you're not looking at actually what's right there in front of you. The ship has already come in. Tide's coming up again. Things, it's like you're not, there's people waiting to get on that ship and they're getting on before you. In a minute, you're going to have lost your chance because you're spending too much time focusing on the wrong things. It's time to focus on you. All right. Turn this card upside down and identify who is important and who is the issue here that is in charge of this juggling. You're the one that is looking at it. You're thinking, well, if I do this, if I do that, it's not always about the money. It's about the happiness. It's about the expansion. It's about getting on that ship and start moving. Stop thinking about it and start getting active. That seems like a really powerful message to you, Leos, this week. Now, this is showing you've got loyalty. You've got the support around you. Look, his little doggy. Isn't he lovely? Imagine if you had a dog that looked like that. He looks a bit like a chihuahua, doesn't he, and a bulldog mixed up. Bless him. But you know, this is about being loyal to yourself and not thinking about how can I help someone else? How can I deal with them? Oh my God, that's what's stopping me. You know, if I leave the job, then I'm going to let someone down. And if I don't pay this, that's going to happen. And oh my God, I've got to share this. And, you know, and oh my God, if I don't have the money, I can't do this. Yes, you can. The ship's there. Just get on it. It's about to go, guys. One's already sailed. You've already been here before. It's gone. Time to get on that ship. You're already there. You've got the loyalty. The people that love you will stand by you and be loyal to you, okay? I think you're going to see that in relationships this week more than ever. Okay, somebody's going to come forwards. And I think if you ask for the help, you'll get it. So if you're looking, you're just focusing on, well, I've got to do this. I've got to do it all myself. And, you know, if I don't do it that way, oh, everything's going to go wrong. You know, maybe think about who is there for you and reach out. Don't, you know, this time is not, it's about the self, but it's also about working with others and opening up to receive. It's about balance. You know, it's not all about take. It's not all about give. It's about understanding that actually to be able to be generous of heart and to love yourself, you have to be able to receive it as well. It's Jake, is it? Oh, right. Okay, well, that was the message, so pass it on, okay. Right, okay. Who we got now? Virgo. Hello, Virgo. Right, I feel like the healing is done, guys. Finally, the knives are out, as in they're falling out. I sense you're coming through a time this week. You're going to really start feeling more revived. I can see people stretching and thinking, oh, I feel like I'm back to normal now. So this could be to do with people being ill and coming out of it. And they're not all Virgos, I know. But maybe you've just felt wrong, you know, and are just a bit heart sore. Maybe you're coming out of your pain. If you've been doing some self-healing, it's almost like the pressure's off. You finally got, you know, I just sense like, you know, when you first feel pain and then, you know, or you have an accident and then you put plasters on and bandages, everything, you still got to take the painkillers. the bandages might still be on, but I feel like the painkillers, you don't need those anymore, okay? So it's like you're right on the way, and the nurse has told you, or someone said, right, next week we're going to take the bandages off and off you can go and walk, you know, we take the plaster off that leg because it's healing nicely. So this is what I feel is your life is starting to come together this week. And look, I've got the ripe apple. Thank goodness we didn't have the rotten one, guys. But particularly for finances, it feels like you've been looking after yourself, you've been loving yourself enough, and now everything is becoming ripe and fresh and you're ready to move on. And that's just really wonderful. So I think Virgos, you know, if you've been looking after yourself through this time, then next week is going to be really amazing. You know, you might start really seeing results in yourself and start feeling like you're just fabulous. You just, you know, so, but do watch that nutrition, you know, feed yourself well. Don't just suddenly think, oh, I feel great, I'm just gonna get drunk now. Keep doing that. I feel that's the way forwards. Okay, nutrition, what you put in your body is how you express yourself. Now, love-wise, this is, I've got Heart Detective. This is where you're seeing things much deeper. Now, we talked about the Scorpio full moon and secrets can come out. You're going to be going deeper. You're going to be wanting to understand things more. Linking in on, hi Vanessa, linking in on a deeper level, and there's this sense of learning something as well. And again, I think this is all to do with your healing. Now, sometimes it can be painful. Sometimes we need to just feel that last little bit of pain just to think it's done. You know, you might see that someone you've been hankering after for years and years, months and months, you suddenly see them with someone else with a baby and you think, why on earth was I doing that? You know, again, I'm going to say, let go of the anger or the blame or anything like that. Just start functioning, you know, working on your well-being. You know, maybe not join a gym just yet because that's not possible, but you know, if you can exercise, going, you know, start thinking about healthy regime, because I think it's going to really help. And also, not just that, I think that doing that, you're going to get the answers you want on a heart level. With relationships, people are going to be more open to you. They're going to give you more information. So if you felt like you've been ignored for a long time, you're going to find that people are going to be more forthcoming. Okay, so Virgo, this is a week of healing, the what I call the coming out, taking the bandages off, and finding being going outside, which is great. Libra, any Libras out there still watching? Fabulous. Anyone Libras, just give us a little thingy or whatever if you want to. This is fantastic. This is like you've lifted 100 miles. You know, you've just gone up in the world, guys. Oh, you're welcome, Kelly. And things are just getting higher, sunnier and brighter, and it's more playful this week. I just think there's just lots of laughter around this. I really like this card because this is showing, you know, this is the after sun. This is like just more enjoyment after the first bit of enjoyment. You know, it's not just new beginnings, it's the continuation of new beginnings, and the sunflowers are coming up and we're in a new season. Ooh, that's good. How's he been, Kelly? Still quiet, still very quiet. Okay, so hopefully you'll be lifting, because it could just feel that you just, I don't know, maybe it's just summer coming, you know, and that feeling of, I mean, over here, the sun's been out for a week, but it does feel like we're hitting that, because the release is coming a bit more. It is lightening the load a bit, and it is lightening people up because they feel like they can get out, you know. Very positive money-wise as well, okay. If you've got a question around doing something, going ahead with something, maybe investing in something this week, I feel the answer is yes. Always go with yes. And I don't mean buy something ridiculous or, you know, go overboard. Remember, Venus is going retrograde on the 12th. So if you are going to do anything that is, I don't know, expansive, maybe start a new project or invest in something, do it before then. I would anyway. So, but I feel like, you know, you're going to be in that positive frame of mind. You're going to want to get up and go. You might find that you start, you know, wanting to talk to your spouse and saying, you know, I've got this great idea. This is really happening. Maybe you get some news from somewhere that just lifts you. But, okay, just watch this. Fear. Okay, this is showing being afraid. This could be the thing that blocks you. Now, it could be a relationship. You're frightened of something. You're afraid of losing a relationship. You're afraid that if you go forwards that it's going to break you up. Maybe you're just afraid in your heart. But I feel that whatever the fear is, it's blocking your heart. It's blocking your relationships, because it's your insecurities coming up. But I just think this is why these cards are so important. It's saying stop, you know, let go of the fear. Push forwards. Everything's positive. You're in a really good place. Everything is working the way you want it. So let go of this fear, because that is your major block. And talk to whoever you're with. You know, open up, speak to them, communicate, talk about your fears. It's a positive thing. It's all positive. Value yourself more. Put a higher value on yourself and your relationships. I feel it's just something inside is just coming up which is blocking everything you can have, you know, and it's like you're right there. This week it's going to be there, guys. Libras. Okay, Scorpios. Okay, hello, any fellow Scorpios out there? This is an interesting one. I think this is going to be a weird week for Scorpios because it is the Scorpio full moon, so we're going to be more connected, but you may find that you want to hide away a bit. And I've got to admit, because I always take few days before, I always pick up on stuff a lot further ahead, and I'm generally there. So if I listen to readings, I tend to have already gone through it a lot of the time, and I'm like, oh, okay, I've done that. So I don't know if it's to do with being psychic or whatever, or I'm just working quite quickly. But there's this sense, though, I feel, of really letting go. And, you know, I said it's like wanting to go deeper in yourself. Leo was just before, yes. If you re-listen to this once I've finished, then you can pick up on Leo. And if you go on, anybody else listening, if you go on the YouTube channel tomorrow or a bit later on, everything will be timestamped so you can link into it, okay? And then I will add the timestamps on here as well, if that helps, okay? So everyone can have it tomorrow morning, all right? Hence why I'm doing it today. But yes, Leo has been done. Sorry, Vanessa. So go back to Scorpio, because you may want to be going deep. This is showing that you're just saying, actually, this isn't my problem. This is your problem. I'm not going to enter into these battles. I'm not interested in your mental crap anymore. You know, you can just fight it out between yourselves. I'm not going to be the third wheel. And there seems to be a real place of calm. And normally this card shows somebody avoiding, but I feel like this is more of a choice. This is something that you need to do because you realise you just need to be calm, because otherwise your head will just be messed up with the full moon, because you want to connect with that side of yourself, because this is a super moon. And anybody that is a Scorpio out there, you know, they probably are quite psychic, you know, very into this type of thing, and very connected. And so you may find just that natural feeling of, you know, I don't need to be part of this. I actually don't. I'm feeling quite strong. I'm getting a lot of strength from this card. And this sense of the calm, it's almost like by stepping back, you're letting other people deal with what they've got to deal with. And at the same time, it's protecting you, because I feel like these swords are sort of protecting you in some way by you stepping back, which is quite good. And there seems to be a plan. Now, when I see structure and plan, the moment I make a plan, being a Scorpio, it tends to just go tits up. So, and I think that sometimes you can become, or, you know, we can all become too structured and plan too much. And right now, this is about being in the moment. So I don't want to look at this as in make the plan. I feel this is more about a plan ahead of time, you know, a bigger plan, something that is expansive, that you can this week take the time to step back and look at the bigger picture and think, no, actually, do you know what? I want that big mansion. And this is how, and I'm just going to see myself there, and I'm not going to get involved in that, because if I'm thinking about that battle or that and struggling, then I'm not really evolving, because I'm just fighting all the time. And actually, I'm just going to be still and just let that happen, and somehow it will just evolve. And I feel like this is like a deep structure that needs to happen. It's like I can see people making, it's like, and I do meditation, you know, I imagine myself where I want to be, but I see it's not just that first vision. Now it's like you're adding stuff on, and it's like the mind is really connected. And I feel like Scorpio is going to be on such a high spiritual connection this week, and I would really advise you to cleanse and clear this week. Do some real detox, so by Thursday you're really at the height of it, and maybe have some white food, you know, cleanse, really take the time this week to do so. Be connected, don't overexert yourself, you know. Sleep is never easy around full moon time, you know. Get yourself in a really good space so you can get the messages, because I feel like there's some really strong guidance coming through. It's almost like a great big sword coming through, going, you know. You might, you know, so I think it's important to keep your space, but there is a choice here. And this is interesting. Some of you may be choosing between two loves. And I feel this is two loves. There's two good things. It's like you're going, oh my God, I've got two things, not just one. Oh my goodness. You know, actually, this is a slight fear of mine right now. It's like sod's law, isn't it? You've wanted one thing for so long and then you get two. And I get the sense if you're wanting love or you're wanting something, you know, in that respect, you could find that somebody returns into your life and someone new is on the scene. Or maybe it's time you're put into a place of decision. Now, you're going, these are the good points, all right? You're looking at the positives because that's what's making it an issue. If there was negatives, it would be a lot easier to walk away from one, but obviously there's good in both. But I feel like, again, this is where this comes in. Detach. Let it come to you. You don't have to make a decision. I feel like it's not about, you can choose to allow it to be shown to you rather than do your own head in trying to work it out. Because if one person is meant to, you know, if you say to them, look, I just don't know what to do, I need some time, you'll soon see what happens because they have a choice as much as you do, you know, and they can choose to be the person you want, you know, that's right for you as much as you choose to be with the right person. But I just don't think you should do your head in. I feel like this sort of isn't your fight for some reason. It's almost like, yeah, okay. You know, so if you're offered two loves, like work-wise, if it's a financial thing, and, you know, this was the financial card and this is the plan of structure. It's like, I feel this is more about expansion, have a plan. You know, this is what I want. This is what I want to achieve. This is going to be the goal. This is the great big thing. I want the £50 million check. Thank you. I'm putting that out there now so everyone can watch me do that. Yes. So if anyone wants to drop me that's great. You know, that's the plan. That's where I'm going to live, in the mansion in the hill, looking out in the beautiful sea and the dolphins flying around. And I've got my infinity pool and, it's not just about material because, you know, I want this space so that I can work and expand and share what I do and I can just enjoy my creativity without stress or pressure, right? So that's the plan. That's it. How it's going to get there is up to the universe because that's where the trust comes in. That's where you detach and you just let that happen. You know you're protected. You know it's going to happen because you believe it. And then when it's offered to you, you can go, okay, you can still believe it. Why put the pressure on yourself that if you know what you want, the choice is going to be easy anyway, all right? That's the thing. And if the choice isn't there, then maybe it's time to step back and decide what you really want. You don't have to have both. You don't even have to choose if you don't want to. You can choose you. Right, okay, so let's go to Sagittarius. You noted that I just gave you my big dream. And anybody who's watching this who wants a private reading or more info, then please do get in touch with me via my website, www.saraparasychic.co.uk. And I am going to go live on the full moon on Thursday as well, all right, because I think it's going to be important. That's the plan. Okay, so Sagittarius, we've got this great big demon here and someone fighting it. But actually, they're not fighting very hard, are they? He's just sitting up there going, it looks like he's in his sleep going, ah. So you could be having a few nightmares this week, okay? But without frightening you, this is a card of after. Okay, this is after that happens. Sorry, there's a big motorbike going past, very loud and very noisy. How rude. It's so quiet here normally. So this is a feeling that you're fighting dragons unconsciously. Yes, go back to Virgo later, Tracy. Yeah, I'm going through it in order. Okay, so after Sagittarius, Capricorn, then Aquarius, then Pisces. Okay, so this is a feeling that you've overcome the nightmare to the point you know the nightmare, right? You could let it swallow you up, but you're not going to. I feel like you're just doing it unconsciously now. You're dealing with whatever is there. You can see what's frightening you. You're really clear and you've overcome it. All right. So this is really important, Sagittarius. This feels like you're out of your fear. You know, you're not letting things overwhelm you or consume you. You could even be doing a lot of lucid dreaming. I do a lot of this myself. I'm not a Sagittarius, but I do lucid dreaming where you are actually in control in your dreams and you know what's going on and you talk to yourself and you rearrange the dream as you want to. So you sort of see the demons and go, actually, this is dreaming, but actually I'm going to deal with this. What's this mean? And I actually ask myself in the dream, what are you trying to tell me? Who's the demon? What's going on? And then I tell myself, remember that in the morning, because you need to discuss that with yourself, you know. So this is you being in control of it now. And I feel like something is, you know, something is transforming. We've got the transformation card around finances and value, and this is partly to do with it. It's about retraining your mind in a new way and understanding yourself in a new way, where you can see something before it's coming. You're aware of what holds you back, you're aware of your worries, and I feel like you're coming to rest. So this week it's like almost like a feeling of, I can just finally give in to this, because I know what it is now. I understand what is making me do this. I understand what is creating this stuff within me. And this is causing a change of heart, which may create a broken relationship. It may, you suddenly think, oh my God, this has completely changed everything, and now I need to walk away. Remember, full moon endings, all of, you know, especially Scorpio. But I just get a sense of relief from this. It's like you've finally admitted it to yourself. You're finally admitting the truth to yourself this week. And you're realizing what has made you tick, what's been blocking you, what's been worrying you so much. And it could just be the relationship. It could be the fact that you're worried about it breaking down. Maybe it's not going to break. And it wasn't about, you know, it's not actually a broken relationship. But you've changed your mind about that, and you're realizing that actually it's you that was just scared about yourself. You were scared of commitment, and suddenly you can relax. Okay, so it doesn't have to be that someone's going to split up. It could be that you're realizing that you're not, and actually this is the person that you love, and you've been breaking this, or you've been seeing that as the problem, but actually it was your own demons, your own head. It's the way you look at things, your own perspective. All right, so massive transformations for you, but things have to close before they come back up. Okay, so the sun needs to come down, and I feel that this week, you know, I'm getting sort of 4 days where you just feel really restful, and you need to be, just allow yourself to get back to normal, you know, just recharge a little bit. So don't overdo it this week, Sagittarius. You know, just work with meditation, be quiet with yourself, you know, get some space. Be gentle with yourself, really talk gently to yourself. It's so important. So let's move on to Capricorn. Capricorn, very, very light energy around you, influences, but keep them light as well. If you know somebody that isn't so light, step away, because I feel this is going to affect your financial energy. But saying that, which is great, is showing that you have the sorry, I just went on there. You have something to give. You have this sense of abundance this week where you're going to be really sharing. I feel like there's this sense of light worker energy around you this week, Capricorn, where you just feel abundant, you just feel grateful, you feel happy. And again, you know, I was showing light influences. I feel if you're connecting with the light, if you are trusting, and you are trusting that what goes out comes back and there's a flow, you are going to just feel wonderful. You're going to feel abundant in yourself. You're going to feel, again, just generous and the one that has it all, you know. Sometimes we have less money, or we have the smallest house, or we don't have the biggest job, or, you know, maybe we haven't got the best marriage or boyfriend, and we're on our own, you know. But then we realise that actually small is cosy, and being on our own means we have our own choices, and actually we do have a roof over our head, and we have got a job that's bringing what we need. And through this time, you know, I'm self-employed, and that means I can create my own work. So this is a feeling of luck this week, a feeling of knowing that you're lucky. And I'm seeing, you know, this is great. This is messages coming, especially through relationships. You might get something wonderful. He's smiling, or she's smiling, this heart. And I feel, you know, this is like a love letter that could be coming, or a phone call saying something you want to hear. And it's because you're feeling in this place, you're in this light energy. So if you're feeling really low, or you're feeling really blocked, then start working with that, okay? Start forgiving yourself, start working with abundance, and healing that sense of lack. Start turning everything into a positive. You know, if you say, oh, I can't do this because of that, go, okay, well, why am I not doing this? What am I afraid of? What needs to happen to do that? And why isn't it happening? And if it's something that, you know, well, I'm unable to buy a mansion at this point because I haven't got 10 million quid. Okay, that's fair enough. It's a resource, all right? So if the resource actually isn't there, that's fair enough. But how could you build the resource then? So don't just stop there. Don't just make that a block. Go further. When you block yourself, that's when you need to start questioning why. Why are you blocking it? And is it a rational block? Because I feel that this is a good week for you to be in your light worker energy. Be the healer. Be generous. Be open. And I don't mean allow people to drain you. You can still be protective. When you're really light, you're protected. Because you know how much to give. You know what flow. You understand the flow. There isn't a question. Because you're just all light. The moment you question, the moment you bring in that doubt, that's when the darkness comes in. That's when you let that little bit in. You're feeding that, all right? So this is when you know, even if someone says to you, oh, why would they call now? You know, let's look at the dark side. I've noticed this. I've been around some of the most positive people. And you know what, lately? I've noticed things that are said are so negative. They come in and it's all through their own fear. It's not meant to be negative. It's not directed at me to hurt me or to create that sense of insecurity. It's them. It's their stuff. It's them going, oh, don't get too excited or don't go for that. Just check it all out. You know, it's almost like, why are you putting that down in my head? When I've said I'm quite aware of that already. You know, I mean, it's my problem. It's my issue. It's my thing. Let me just be excited or let me just be in the flow. You know, if there's a chance, there's a chance. Why don't we focus on these chances? The reason we don't focus on those chances completely is because we're afraid that if we do, we're going to drop. And anybody who says, well, I'd wait until it's certain or I'd wait until you've got the facts, doesn't matter. If you're not doing anything anyway, what's stopping you being excited? If you're excited, you're bringing in more excitement. You're bringing in more abundance into your life. You're bringing more light into your life. If you start putting the negatives there, you're already doubting. The belief's gone. It's completely gone. So stay in that light. You know, step away from the people or just ignore what they say. It doesn't matter. You know, even if someone says to you, oh yeah, well, I'd be careful with that. You know, okay, they're looking out for you, but they're not really. They're looking out for themselves because that's their experience. They're just projecting that onto you. But they're doing it in a way to protect you. But or are they doing that because they're a little bit jealous and they just want to hold you back because actually you might disappear if something really goes well? That's where it's really coming from. Just say, thanks, that's great. I'm going to get on with this anyway. Or just don't tell them. When you're aware of that with people, then it's probably best not to share anything. Okay, just keep it to yourself. So that's really important this week. It's very important to be on a high. So let's go into Aquarius. Aquarius, I feel like nostalgia is coming back this week in a great way. You're not only going to get those feelings of memories, I feel like something is going to be connected with this week. It's going to become real. It's like this sense of reunion. It could be that you find you again, that you finally feel physically back to who you were, that you finally connect to something as a child. You know, sometimes we can go back and remember, but we don't really understand. You know, we're not connecting fully. We just have it in a meditation. We go, okay, and you move on. This is almost like you're bringing it into your soul, into your skin. You're stepping into your skin. You're becoming the child again. You're becoming renewed. You're bringing back the faith. And I feel like everything's open. Look, this is saying there's open possibilities, financial reward, money reward, and there's something that's coming to an end as well. So we've got the full moon. We talked about big endings with Scorpio. Sometimes it can be, you know, that the whole situation was painful. It doesn't have to be a painful end. An end doesn't have to be painful. It can be a real relief. And this for you, I feel like the end is showing everything freeing. And suddenly you've got an answer and you know exactly what you want to do. I just get the sense something, there could be messages coming to you. You could just be connecting on such a higher level. And something comes through and you go, that's what it is. I get it now. And then everything starts moving. And, you know, it's like your heart is open. You may find that you suddenly a relationship takes off that hasn't been there. It could be you reconnect with someone from the past. And suddenly it's just all back on again. Because through this time, you've realized what's important, both of you. But it's like, this is your heart. This is a wonderful, wonderful abundance spread. And it's all connected to the inner self, that inner child being reawakened and things starting to move forwards and be open. You know, things can finally be resolved. That's my sense here. In love, money, contracts, a sense of the self, and things start moving finally. So if you're an Aquarius, maybe you've been in stuck in some legal situation. Maybe you've been waiting for some money to come through, or you've been waiting to hear from somebody. Maybe it's like you wanted to free yourself from, had a divorce and move on with someone else, you know, or they've left their partner and they're coming to you, you know, something like that. It just feels like this is a reunion of the souls, reunion of yourself, and a reunion of getting back to where you should be, stepping into your power, Aquarius. That's amazing. So amazing. Right, Pisces. Finally, thanks for being so patient, but I'm sure if you're watching this on YouTube, you would have just gone straight to the timestamp. So Pisces, this is a time where I feel this is you're getting to the end of the road, okay? You finally landed, someone's carrying your baggage, you may feel a bit exhausted, but you're there, all right? I feel this is conclusion for you. We talked about endings this week. Seems to be coming up with everybody. It's like that sense of understanding, finality, realizing what's going on. And you get to the end and you're just like, yeah, I'm finally on land and I'm safe and I'm protected. You know, maybe you're coming to the end, you know, you're giving birth and you're at the end of labor and there's your child and you're finally there, and, you know, you're coming home with your child, or maybe you've come to the end of an illness and you finally got better and you finally found land again, you know. So this is a real sense of rejuvenation, completion, resolve, a feeling of health coming back, mentally getting over something as well, a worry. This is interesting because we've got past heart here, which is with your love area and your relationships, and it's showing it's the past that has been holding you back. And if you look at this guy is actually, I mean, he's really a protective force because he's carrying all the baggages. And that's the thing, you don't need to carry it with you. That's what it's saying, is you're carrying the past, you're locking yourself in, you're the one holding your back. And I feel like this is what you may be realizing this week, that finally you're over somebody. You've realized that somebody's past behavior has been the thing that has affected you for so long, and that the answer was with you. And it's causing you confusion, it's causing you anger, it's just locking you in, really. But it's a memory that it's something that it's the way you viewed it. That's what I feel here. It's the way you've looked at it, but you're getting facts, guidance, messages. Somebody is showing you something which you cannot turn around and say that's not true. I feel like truth is coming, which is going to take you to that other side. And again, it's taking away all that mental baggage. Someone else is taking it off your hands, all right? I feel spirit is coming in this week to show you something solid. And it could be that wake-up call. Oh my God, I've been holding on to this forever, thinking this person was perfect, and actually they've been cheating on me the whole time. You know, it's that kind of thing. Remember, this is endings bringing new beginnings. If you need to be shown that this week, I feel you will be. It's a super moon, but it's going to take you to the other side. You're going to stop floating around on your little boat idly in the, you know, protecting yourself, not moving forwards with relationships, maybe holding on to someone because you've got a kid with them and thinking, you know, I've got to stick with them, you know, they'll come back because they're the father or they're the mother or whatever. It doesn't matter, male or female. But then you get facts. Something is shown to you, something in guidance. And when I say fact, I mean it's something that is really shown to you so that you wake up, all right? And you let go of these chains, because I feel that something is going to, this week, you're going to have a realization beyond realization, that you suddenly go, oh my God, either this is my life and this is how I'm going to be leading it if I don't make a change. You know, basically, I've got to move on. I've got to find a way to move on. And the only way to do that is to realize this, cut ties with this past thing. Because the fact is coming in to give you a better life. It's giving you more abundance. It's bringing in more money. You may be shown who has been, I don't know, ducking and diving in your life. Maybe it's to do with the money situation. You're being shown clearly what has been stopping you. Maybe you've understood the reason a house isn't selling. You're not making the money off it because you're realising you've been holding on to the house because you're in love with the house, because it's connected to an old relationship. Or maybe it's somebody else has been fiddling the books or been not showing the house properly or hasn't wanted you to sell it. You're going to be shown. It's almost like it's going to be given to you in writing, but it's guidance. It is guidance. And it's in, you know, I feel as well, you need to be guided by fact as well. Now, it's not saying you can't use your intuition, all right? You can't trust that, but I feel that you've been asking for something real, something that it's not about trust. It's just, like I say, it's so plain in your face, you can't ignore it. So guys, take a breath. Hope that's helped you this week. And I am going to be doing a live on Thursday this week on Facebook. I don't know what time. I've decided it'll probably be about 1 o'clock Spanish time, which is 12 o'clock UK. Talking about the full moon. I may go on a bit later. I will put the time up because you know, I don't know, I just don't know how I'm going to feel, because you know, I've just done the Scorpio readings, and being a Scorpio myself, I have wanted to sort of retreat a little bit. It's been that sense of I just need to get on with things and just be with myself a bit as well. We all need that, but I also want to still connect with you out there. And I just want to say thank you so much to all the wonderful emails I've had lately, donations, it's just been amazing. You know, just someone saying something nice is just such a great thing. When you're sometimes, you know, work really hard doing this, and sometimes stress myself out just as much as anybody else out there, and feel a bit alone sometimes too. So to have someone come back and say, you really helped me, or, you know, I really enjoy what you're doing, even though it's a bit nutty, you know, really helps me, because I'm showing you raw now. This is who I am. I'm not putting on any airs and graces. You know, this is where I am. This is where I live. This is it. So thank you, because it's helped my value too. So I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, because this is when I'm recording it. And if you're watching on a Monday, happy week, and I will speak to you very soon. Take care for now. Bye.